5 to 9. War destroys the lives, the futures, the life chances of innocent people. We know that the conflict in Syria has done that to millions. But we focus for just a few minutes now on the story of one family and one child in particular. Wael Zain is British and Syrian, lived here all his life. His son was born in 2008 in Birmingham. In 2010, he and his wife split up. She went back to Syria. Her indefinite leave to remain in the UK was expiring, but because of the war, she couldn't get out of Syria to renew it. It has now expired, and she and her son are trapped there. And Wael Zain joins us on the line now. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Justin.
Trapped where?
They're basically on the outskirts of Dera.
And do you have contact with her?
Yeah, as and when the phone lines are working and internet connection. But most of the time, through obviously the bombardment, the phone lines are disconnected, and it's very difficult to get through to them.
And what's she telling you about what's happening?
Well, the situation with my son recently has deteriorated. He's basically stopped talking through the trauma. He's following her everywhere she goes, even to the loo. He won't let go of his mother. So the situation's really bad at the moment, and I've spoken to his local GP here in the UK. I've showed him a picture of his eye, and he suggested that he needs eye surgery, and he's referred him to an eye specialist. I'm just waiting for that appointment. Hopefully by the time I'll get the appointment, Muadh will be here with me.
What happened to his eye?
There was basically a month ago. There was just over a month ago. There was a barrel bomb in the village they were staying. 43 people got killed, and luckily they weren't physically affected. But I think because of the trauma after that barrel bomb, one of his eyes is inverted towards his nose permanently. So obviously his mother was a bit concerned about that. So I've spoken to his local GP here in Birmingham.
And how old is he now?
He's just turned 6.
He's 6. And
yeah.
Is he a British citizen?
He's a British citizen, and that's the reason why I've turned to social media, because over the last 6 months I've exhausted all means possible to contact the Foreign Office. I've recently, about 5 weeks ago, I've written personally to William Hague, and the response I got from his office was rather dismissive.
Saying
just
what?
Sending me, basically, they've just sent me links to the website, how to apply for a visa, despite the fact that I've explained fully in the letter that his life's in danger, and I've explained the situation that his mother did have entitlement to return to the UK, but obviously due to the circumstances that led to them being trapped in Syria, she couldn't return.
But he has a British passport, does he, with him?
That's correct, but we're unable to separate him from his mother. Yeah. As I said, everywhere she goes, because he's been through all the trauma with her. He's clinging on to her.
If she could get him out of Syria, then presumably he could. I mean, he could be picked up and brought here without any problems at all.
Well, that's the thing. I need answers from the Foreign Office. I need assistance. It's not a straightforward case where I'm applying for a visa. I need someone to physically speak to, and as I said, I've exhausted all means. I've managed to find the email address of Phil Ellis, who's the British consulate in Amman.
And has he responded?
He actually responded following a complaint I made because of the difficulties I was trying to get through to the embassy in Amman, and he personally called me, which was good of him. But what he stated in the phone call was rather bizarre, because he basically ruled out any sort of visa to any Syrian. He said any Syrian under any circumstances applying for a visa at the moment will be probably 99% rejected. So...
But what is it exactly, though, that you're calling for? Because I mean, you're not asking for Foreign Office people to go into Syria and bring your son out. What is it that you want them to do?
I've already stated in correspondence to the Foreign Office that I can guarantee my son and his mother to cross the border into Jordan. Will be detained by the Jordanians in the Zatari refugee camp. But as I said, I'm not getting any sort of assistance or response from anybody in the Foreign Office or any senior figures for that matter.
It's strange because we contacted the Foreign Office and they say to us that they can't find any traces of the case.
That's absolutely strange, because when I contacted them, they've asked for his mother's details, and they said they couldn't locate any sort of leave to remain that was issued to her. And
so you think it's been lost somewhere?
Well, I can't speak on their behalf, but they've definitely issued her. I've got the actual card that they've given her, the remain to leave. It's an official card, and they don't seem to locate anything.
Have you been in touch with your MP?
I've written to everyone. I mean, recently I've been on social media. I've been copying local MPs, William Hague, the Foreign Office, everyone, and I'm in a desperate state at the moment.
Thank you very much for talking to us. Wael Zain.